Everyone, it now is the 7th of July 2024. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm Gary Waterman, a former police constable, and a Christian, a victim of this international government fraud. Bit of an impromptu, quick video. It's only a quick one, and I think it's quite an important one. There's lots of interesting discussions going on my Telegram channel. I do suggest you go and look at the chat section. Sign up to Telegram, definitely. There's lots of important evidence going on there. It's Gary the Truth Sets Us Free. It's the Telegram channel, and if you go to the very top of that, there's some pinned sections. You can click on the discussion or chat group, and there's lots of interesting information coming on there. And this is one that I think I'd like to discuss, because my theory, and it's justified, is that all of these people saying there's particles in the vaccine and that's dangerous and that's going to react with the 5G and that's all about the vaccines, all about the vaccines. It's not. It's about the 5G, and this is a great example of that. So somebody said, in contradiction to me saying that, they basically put many eminent medical professionals like Professor Dolores Cahill have spoken out about the dangers of the jabs. So unless you have better medical or scientific knowledge than Dolores Cahill and others, then I think that you are barking up the wrong tree. Now, I am not saying the jabs are not harmful at all. They probably are. But do I think all of the deaths are attributable to the vaccines? No, I don't. And I think it's a whole conspiracy to set up, blame the vaccines, keep the 5G in place, and then have that there as a future depopulation facility, shall we say, and blame it on any other viruses or a lack of vaccine, or the vaccines themselves, of course. So we're now going to have a very quick look at Dolores Cahill. Now, she supposedly is speaking out about the vaccines and saying it's all about the vaccines and it's a huge problem, etc., etc., etc. So let's look at Dolores Cahill. So this is Dolores Cahill, and I'm not saying she's involved in anything directly at all. Is she linked to a system of fraud, linked to child trafficking, now adrenochrome, and directed energy weapons as well as the vaccines? Yes, she is. So let's have a look at this. And you can see there at the bottom, affiliation to University College Dublin. Here's a couple of news articles on Dolores speaking out about the vaccine. And this is her LinkedIn page, presumably it is. And you can see it says University College Dublin again. Now, when you type in University College Dublin into Google, it brings up two options in Companies House. Okay, so you can see the top one, UCD UK Limited, the next one, Friends of UCD. And we're going to have a look at Friends of UCD first, and you can see straight away, if you click on the people section, you have Vistra Company Secretaries Limited, first floor, Templeback 10, Templeback, Bristol. Those of you who have looked at my other evidence will know that Vistra links to Jordan's Limited, which is all over this fraud, okay, an illegal entity company. So immediately we have a very serious connection, not only to the fraud, to the child trafficking, to the adrenochrome, to the directed energy weapons, because it all links together very, very quickly through all of the research. Looking at the incorporation document on the filing history of that section, you can see it appears to be a forged document. So you can see where the outside box on that top section there is all intact and there, but somehow the interior section is mysteriously faded and gone. But yet the writing in there is solid. You can see that. And just to show that it links then to various other colleges, of course, no surprise there. But of course, when we have an illegal entity company or company involved in fraud, as we've already explained, you can move the money around between them. And going into Timothy, whatever the surname is, so I didn't get the full name at the top there, within that company, you can see that there's lots of life insurance companies, okay? So we've got insurance companies, there's loads of policy, pension companies as well. Of course, think about it. If people are involved in a depopulation event, they can cash in on the pensions and the life insurances of people that they will not be able to claim, will they, if they're deceased? And that will be worth millions in the event of a depopulation event. And I'm only just showing you some links here, okay? There'll be loads more, but you can see Dr. Morris Manning of Friends of UCD, who's an Irish person, goes to Oxfam. So you've now got the charity link. Remember, we've got the Freemasons, heavily linked to the charities. So there's Oxfam Ireland. Going back into the personal record, we've now got Dr. Hayes. So lots of doctors. Now we have an Oxford link. Now, Oxford is heavily linked to the child trafficking, unfortunately, through Ghislaine Maxwell that was there. And quite often you'll see Farrer and Co, etc. So we now have got a link to Oxford University and companies. And going into that company, Oxford University Fixed Assets Limited. You see it was incorporated in 1988. And on its incorporation document, it's an illegal entity. Swift Incorporations Limited, the same company, remember, that started mine, where all of this evidence came from, and Jordan's and Sons Limited. You've also got another Oxford company linked to the same person. And going into UCD UK Limited now. So remember, we had those two companies at the beginning. This is now looking in the first one, UCD UK Limited. And going into the incorporation document, you can see this address, 2 Woodbury Grove, North Finchley, London, England. This is an address that's been used throughout the fraud, and it's often linked to Barbara Cahan, who was the supposedly, the research suggests, was linked many, many years ago to the National Children's Bureau. And I think that address may also be linked in one of a post that was recently put onto my Telegram channel about the Russian dolls fraud through Companies House. And then when you actually go into Companies House and you just put in UCD in the top, it brings up UCD Limited, another UCD Limited company, okay? In fact, you can see 2, so there's another 2 there. I haven't looked in the second one, but the top one, the address immediately is recognised because 20 to 22 Wenlock Road is notoriously linked to Companies Made Simple. If we click on that company, you can see it dissolved in 2021. It was only incorporated in 2020. Going into that company and looking at this person, Anurak Atkinson, they're linked to a company called Anlova Limited. And Lova Limited is active proposal to strike off. So they're getting rid of the company, closing it down from the looks of it, panicking. Go into the incorporation document of Anlova and you have Companies Made Simple. Now, those of you that have been following my evidence will know that Companies Made Simple links to Westco Nominees Limited, where they have removed the company name altogether from the document. And that's very important because it links to the World Trade Center disaster. Go and have a look at my World Trade Center document and evidence in relation to that and the videos. You've also got a company called Noli Publishing Limited, which dissolved in 2000 oh no, I hasn't got it there. Dissolved in 2020. And if you go on the incorporation document, you have Companies Made Simple again. And we'll just have a quick look. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but the second UCD that came up. So when you search, go into Companies House and search UCD, comes up with these 2. We've just looked at the top one. Let's look at this second one. Here it is, UCD. And noticed Police House is the address. Police House. I've seen that before. It's located in Wales, which is where Companies House obviously is. Dissolved company in 2018. We go into it as it was to do. So freight transport by road. And also wholesale of clothing and footwear and freight transport by road. Interesting. Look at the incorporation document. Oh, so there's nothing on the incorporation document. Go into the person record and we have this Joseph. And they are linked to a company. Read into this what you will. Saxon Trans UK Limited. I just thought I'd show that's also based in the same address in Wales.